Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I decided I would do kind of like a DIY video for you guys because I'm starting to accumulate quite a few Birchbox boxes. And they're so pretty, I don't want to throw them away. So there's a couple ideas you can do. So the first idea is to kind of just use it as a storage box. I just kind of stuck Band-Aids in here. So that's one idea. I've also thought like, oh, well, you can put them in the drawer, make little drawer organizers. You can even like cut the lids in half to make spacers, so that way you have a smaller section if you need it. There's all kinds of ways you can reuse these as drawer organizers. But then I also thought, I have a 4-year-old. He likes to get into my stuff. He likes to get into my samples. So I was like, what if I could make kind of like a shelf type thing for them? So that way I could keep the samples out of his reach. So I came up, I thought of this. So what I did is I cut the lid. This is actually the top of the lid. This is one of the sides. And I used hot glue, and then these are just thumbtacks in here. So this is hot glued down. And yeah, so that's what I did with my August Birchbox. I thought that was kind of a creative idea. I'm sure you could use tape too, probably. I don't know. I feel like hot glue will hold up a little bit better. So for this DIY, you'll need some Birchbox. Oh, this one still has something in it. Some Birchboxes. I've got these two here. This one I want to say was June and this one was July. You'll need hot glue gun and a glue stick. I have my hot glue gun plugged in so it's warming up. And then something sharp to cut with. I just have this pocket knife. I didn't have like a razor or anything, or an X-Acto knife or anything like that. So this is the sharpest knife I have other than my kitchen knives, and I don't want to dull my kitchen knives with this. So what we're gonna do, here's the box. We're gonna take the lid off, and I already took out the bottom like foam. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. They come with, throwing things around here. They come with this like foam inside. So I'd already taken that out of this one. So here's what we're gonna do while the glue stick is warming. Oh, and you'll also need thumbtacks and scissors. The thumbtacks will be used to hang them on the wall. So you're just gonna take this and cut very carefully, because you don't want to cut yourself. And if you're under 18, please, 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 please ask for an adult's help, so you don't end up cutting yourself. But yeah, you just basically cut along the edges, and that will be too big, but we're gonna trim it down. Whoa, see, just like that. That is not something you want to happen, especially if your fingers are right there. So, just kind of cutting away. It's always best to cut away from you. So and there we go. So you cut this off, and as you can see, it's still a little big, which I guess if you didn't want to glue it down, you could make it quite snug in there, and it'll still hold in place. So we'll finish that part in a minute. So then you just kind of cut the sides off. Whoa. Just cut them down, and you can decide if you want the B, because all the boxes have that little B in your little shelf, or not. I think I'm gonna go with this one without the bee. I did the same on that one. And I guess theoretically you can even like use these little ones and glue them inside the box to kind of make little spacers. I don't know, that'd be kind of fun too. So with the scissors, we're just gonna kind of trim off any frayed edges. We're not really cutting anything off really. We're just kind of trimming it, cleaning up the edge so it's not so frayed. And I'm sure if you had like Mod Podge or something, you can kind of seal it with that. I don't have that, so I'm not going to worry about it. But as for this, we do need to take a little bit of it off so it fits nicely inside. Don't worry if it's not too straight, it's okay. I highly doubt people are going to be looking at how straight your edges are when they see these up on your wall. I think they're just going to think they're really cool little decoration. So again, just cleaning up the edges. And then you'll take the bottom of your box, and it's still a little big on the edges. So I'm gonna cut this side down just a little bit. Just like that. And see how it fits nicely, but I want to glue mine. So this should be nice and warm by now. So I'm just gonna kind of put a couple lines in there. And remember, with hot glue, you do kind of have to work fast. Otherwise, it will dry. And just press it down. And it's still pretty snug in there. So again, I probably didn't need the glue for that part, but it does make it a little bit sturdier. And then I would recommend using this edge as your top, because then it'll stay, it looks a little bit cleaner cut and it'll just look a little bit nicer. So for this part, but I mean, you can use whatever edge you want. You could put this edge here up if you want. I just think it looks nicer with that edge down. And again, we're just gonna take the glue and put it right on the edge there. And then just gonna go right onto it. Press it down. Hot glue does dry pretty quick, so you do want to do this step fairly quickly. And then along the bottom edge. Don't know why I'm so shaky. Press it down, and then the other side. I find it easier to do it kind of in stages like that, because if you put glue all the way across the edge and up the sides, it's bound to dry faster than you can lay this down. So this way it just kind of ensures, I'm just kind of cleaning up the edge there. And there we have it. It's a gorgeous little decorative, almost like a shelf. You made a shelf pretty much out of a cardboard box, which I find pretty awesome, to be honest. And if you want to, you can kind of go along the inside edge with the glue gun. That did not work, so. I mean, if your hands are small enough and you think you can do that, go ahead. My hands are not small enough to fit in that box, so, but I mean, if you see any gaps, just kind of go over it with the glue gun to kind of just secure it a little better. But I don't know, I think this is a really cool way to reuse your Birchboxes. It's very crafty and creative if you're that type of person. And I think it looks really cool when it hangs on the wall. I actually already had this one hanging on the wall in my bathroom, but I wanted to have an example to show you guys of what I was doing. So I took the samples out and took it off the wall, and yeah. And then you just take any old thumbtacks. You can get, like these ones are the flat ones, but you do not have to use the flat ones. And they make all kinds of different little decorative thumbtacks, which I think is really cool. I just like these. These are what I had anyways, but I like these because they're flat and silver, so it looks like little hardware inside the box. And what I did is I just kind of, towards the corner, you just kind of poke it through. You want to keep your fingers out of the way, but just poke it through on both sides. I mean, it's best to try and get them in the same place, but obviously I did not. One is higher up than the other, and that's okay. I mean, what I was talking about is using these as spacers. If you were to like cut these down to size, you could glue them down inside the box, and you could use that as a spacer, which would be kind of cool as well. And if like this outside box is kind of plain, so if you had ribbon or something laying around the house, you could do a nice little border with the ribbon. There's all kinds of stuff you can do with this. Go wild, be creative. It's just a fun way to reuse your Birchbox, I think. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below if you have not already. And I do want to say thank you for all my subscribers already. It's kind of cool to watch my channel grow, and you guys are awesome. And if you like these kind of videos, hit the like button and let me know, and we'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube.